Emma's voice echoed through the marble living room. Emma shouted, "You thief! I trusted you with my children." Everyone froze. The nanny, Grace, stood near the sofa, holding a small lunchbox. Her hands were shaking. Her eyes were full of tears. On the glass table, one drawer was open. Empty. Emma pointed at it with anger. "My diamond bracelet is gone," she screamed. "And you're the only poor one in this house who needs money." The other maid stopped cleaning. The driver stood near the door, silent. The two children watched from the stairs, scared. Little Lily, only 7, whispered, "Mom, please stop shouting." Emma snapped, "Go to your room, Lily. This is what happens when you trust people like her." Grace's voice was soft, breaking. "Madam, I didn't take anything," Grace said. "I swear on my daughter, I am not a thief." Emma stepped closer, eyes full of hate. "You live in a tiny room. Your shoes are broken. Your salary is never enough. Of course you stole it." She turned to the staff. "Everyone look," Emma said coldly. "I will show you what a liar looks like." Emma grabbed Grace's bag from the chair and threw everything on the floor. Clothes, a small picture of a little girl, a cheap phone, and then a flash of gold. Emma gasped, then smiled in a cruel way. "There it is," she said softly, lifting the diamond bracelet from the floor. "In your bag." Grace stared, shocked. That's not possible," she whispered. "I never." "Madam, please believe me. I never touched it." Emma pointed at the door. "Get out of my house," she said. "Right now. You are fired. No salary. No last payment. Nothing." Lily's small voice shook. "Mom, wait. I need to tell you something about the bracelet." Emma shot her a hard look. "Not now, Lily. Go upstairs." As Grace picked up her worn scarf with shaking hands, a single thought burned in her mind. If you were called a thief without proof, what would you do? Just that morning, the house looked normal. Sunlight came through the big glass windows. Expensive curtains, white sofa, golden frames on the walls. A rich world, quiet and perfect. Grace moved quickly in the kitchen, packing Lily's school lunch. "Don't forget the apple," Lily smiled, sitting on the stool. "You always cut it like a flower." Grace smiled back and sliced the apple in a pretty shape. "You remember," Grace said. "You have better memory than your mom." Lily laughed. "Don't tell her that," she whispered. "She'll get jealous." They both laughed softly. Emma walked in with her phone in her hand and a designer handbag on her shoulder. "Lily, hurry up," Emma said without looking up from her phone. "The driver is waiting. And Grace, make sure the house is spotless when I come back. My friends are visiting tonight." "Yes, madam," Grace replied politely. Emma's eyes went to Grace's old sandals, held with a safety pin at the side. "Why don't you buy new shoes?" Emma said sharply. "Or do you send all your salary to your poor village?" Grace smiled weakly. "I send most to my mother and my daughter, madam," she said. "They don't have anyone else." Emma rolled her eyes. "That's not my problem. Just don't ask me for a loan again. I'm not your charity," she said. Lily frowned. "Mom, that's mean," Lily whispered. Emma turned to her. "Don't talk like that," she warned. "People like her must know their place." Grace looked down at the floor. Her throat felt tight. She said nothing. Later that day, Emma got ready for her ladies' tea party. On her dressing table, inside a velvet box, was her favorite diamond bracelet. A gift from her mother. She put it on, admired it in the mirror, and smiled. "I look perfect," she whispered. Downstairs, Grace was helping the other maid arrange plates and glasses. Lily ran into the room, excited. "Grace, look," she said, holding a small plastic bracelet. "I want mine to shine like Mom's." Grace bent down. "One day, you'll have something prettier than that," she said. "But remember, real shine comes from a kind heart, not from money." Lily hugged her tightly. "I wish you were my mom sometimes," she said without thinking. Emma walked in and heard it. Her face changed. "Lily," she snapped. "What did you just say?" Lily froze, scared. I didn't mean. I just." Emma glared at Grace. "Stay in your limits," Emma said, her voice like ice. "You are here to work. Not to act like their mother. Do your job and stay silent." Grace nodded quickly. "Yes, madam. I'm sorry." But deep inside, Emma felt something ugly. Jealousy and fear of losing control. Evening came. Emma's friends arrived in designer clothes, smelling of expensive perfume. They laughed loudly, took selfies, and talked about handbags, vacations, and staff problems. One friend said, "My maid broke a glass, I cut her salary." Another friend said, "I installed cameras everywhere. I don't trust any of them. They all steal." Emma laughed with them. That's why I don't give them respect, Emma said. Once you show softness, they start demanding more. She lifted her wrist to show off. Look at this bracelet, she said. Worth more than my maid's whole life. Her friends gasped and admired it. Later, when the guests left and the house became quiet, Emma went to remove her bracelet. She opened the drawer. Empty. Her heartbeat jumped. What? She whispered. She pulled the drawer all the way out. Nothing. She checked under the table, under the chair, on the floor. Nothing. Her face turned red. She stormed out to the living room. Grace was folding blankets. The driver was near the door. The other maid was cleaning the table. Emma's voice cut through the air. Everyone stop. She shouted. Nobody moves. They all froze. Emma's eyes were wild. My bracelet is gone. The diamond one. Who touched this room? She demanded. The driver shook his head. Madam, I was outside with the car. The maid whispered. I only cleaned the kitchen, madam. Emma's eyes landed on Grace. You? She asked. Grace swallowed. I just cleaned the floor here, madam. I never went to your drawer, she said. Emma stared at her for a long second. Poor woman. Old sandals. Worn bag. A daughter far away. So much need. Her anger mixed with prejudice. Of course, Emma murmured. Of course it's you. And that's when she called her a thief. In front of everyone. Without proof. As Emma held up the bracelet she found in Grace's bag, the room turned silent. Lily stood on the stairs, her little fists tight. Tears filled her eyes. Because she remembered something. In the afternoon, she had secretly gone to her mom's dressing table. She had opened the drawer. She had taken the shiny bracelet and giggled. It will be safe in Grace's bag, Lily had thought. No one checks her bag. She had slipped it inside when Grace wasn't looking. Now, seeing the same bracelet in Grace's things, Lily's heart pounded in guilt. Mom, Lily whispered again, I need to tell you something important. But Emma was too angry, too full of pride to listen. Get out, Emma shouted at Grace. Before I call the police. Grace's eyes filled with tears. She picked up her photo, her worn scarf, and the small lunchbox. She looked at Lily one last time. Take care of yourself, little one, Grace whispered. Lily burst into tears. Grace stepped out of the mansion. The big iron gate closed behind her with a heavy sound. And just like that, her life fell apart, because of a lie no one stopped. If you were Lily, would you speak up now? Grace walked down the dark street, her plastic bag in her hand. The sky was cloudy. Her eyes were full of tears. People passed her. No one knew that this woman had just been called a thief. No one knew that her heart was breaking. Her phone buzzed. It was a message from her landlord. Last warning. If you don't pay rent this week, I will lock the room. Grace wiped her tears and typed with shaking fingers. Please, give me a few more days. I just lost my job. No reply. She sighed and kept walking. In her small rented room, the paint was peeling. The fan made a rough sound. A little girl's picture was on the wall. Her name was Anna. Grace's daughter, living with Grace's mother in a village. Grace sat on the floor and held the picture. Anna, she whispered, Mama is trying. I promise I did not steal. But they didn't listen. A tear fell on the photo. Back at the mansion, Lily sat on her bed, hugging her teddy bear. She could still see Grace's face. The tears. The shaking hands. Why didn't I say something? She whispered to herself. She remembered her small fingers lifting the bracelet. Her giggle. The way she hid it in the side pocket of Grace's bag. I just wanted to play, Lily cried. I didn't know this would happen. There was a soft knock on the door. Her father, Daniel, walked in. He had just come back from work. He was still in his suit, tie loose, eyes tired. Hey, princess, Daniel said. Why are you crying? Lily ran to him and hugged him tightly. Dad, we did something bad, she sobbed. We fired Grace. Mom called her a thief. But she is not. Daniel pulled back, confused. What? When? Why? Lily wiped her face and spoke fast. Mom lost her bracelet. She found it in Grace's bag. But, I'm the one who put it there, Lily said with guilt. I took it from the drawer. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm so sorry. Daniel's eyes widened. You did that? He whispered. Lily nodded, shaking. Did you tell your mom? He asked. I tried, Lily said. She shouted. She didn't listen. Daniel stood up, his jaw tight. He walked out of the room and went straight to Emma, who was pacing angrily in the living room. Emma, he said firmly. We need to talk. Not now, Daniel, she said. I'm still upset. I can't believe that woman. Stop, he cut her off. Lily just told me everything. Emma frowned. What do you mean? The bracelet, Daniel said slowly. Lily took it. She hid it in Grace's bag. Grace is innocent. Emma froze. What? She whispered. He repeated it. Grace did not steal. Her face went pale. No, that's not possible. I saw it in her bag. Yes, Daniel said. Because our daughter put it there. She's a child. She made a mistake. But you humiliated that woman in front of everyone. You called her a thief. Emma's throat felt dry. Her mind raced back to the scene. Her shouting. Her words. Grace's tears. I didn't know, Emma said weakly. I was angry. I was scared. Daniel shook his head. You were proud, he replied. You judged her because she is poor. He turned and walked to the security room. Show me the camera from today, he said to the guard. They watched the recording. They saw small Lily sneak into the dressing room, climb on the stool, open the drawer, take the bracelet, then later, go to the living room and slip something into Grace's bag when she was in the kitchen. Emma watched with a hand over her mouth. Her knees felt weak. What have I done? She whispered. Her eyes filled with tears. I threw her out. I didn't listen. I called her a thief. Daniel looked at her. This is not about a bracelet anymore, he said. It's about a woman's respect. Her life. Maybe her home. Her child. That night, Emma couldn't sleep. She lay in her soft bed, under her expensive blanket, and stared at the ceiling. In her mind, she saw Grace's eyes again. Full of hurt. She remembered every cruel word. People like you. You don't deserve to work here. You are a thief. Each sentence stabbed her now. She got up and walked to the window. Outside, the city lights blinked. Where is she sleeping tonight? Emma thought. Does she have food? Is she crying right now because of me? A heavy stone of guilt sat on her chest. For the first time, Emma felt truly small. The next morning, Daniel said, We're going to find her. Emma nodded quickly. Yes. Yes, we must. I will apologize. I will give her extra money. I will explain. They asked the driver, Do you know where Grace lives? He nodded slowly. Yes, sir. I have dropped her near her area before. It is not a safe place. Emma felt another wave of shame. She worked in my rich house, and I never even asked where she lives, she thought. They got into the car. Lily sat in the back seat, quiet and scared. The car entered a narrow, crowded street. Old buildings. Broken walls. Children playing barefoot in the dust. Emma looked around from the window. How can people live like this? She whispered to herself. The driver stopped near a small building. This is where she stays, madam. They climbed the cracked stairs. A smell of damp walls and cooking filled the air. They reached a door with peeling paint. Daniel knocked. No answer. He knocked again, louder. This time, the landlord opened the door from inside, annoyed. Yes? Who are you? He asked. We are looking for Grace, Daniel said. She used to work at our house. The landlord sniffed. Not anymore, he said. She left early this morning. I told her if she can't pay rent, she must leave. I don't run a free shelter. Emma's eyes widened. She left? Where? She asked desperately. He shrugged. How do I know? Maybe to look for work, maybe to the bus station. These poor people move all the time. When they can't pay, they disappear. He closed the door. Emma stood in the dusty corridor, feeling helpless. This is because of me, she thought. I destroyed her job. I pushed her into the street. Lily gripped her mother's hand. Mom, she whispered, are we bad people? Emma's eyes filled with tears. I don't know, she whispered back. But I know I did a very bad thing. Just then, Emma's phone rang. It was the driver. Madam, he said in a panicked voice. Something has happened. I think I just saw Grace near the main road, and Lily. Lily ran out of the car to her. A motorbike was coming fast. There was an accident. Emma's blood ran cold. What? She screamed. What happened to my daughter? The driver's words shook her. Madam, they are taking Lily and Grace to the hospital right now. The phone almost fell from Emma's hand. Her heart stopped. The woman she called a thief had just risked her life for her child. And now, everything might be too late. What do you think? Is this karma, or just an accident? The hospital hallway was full of noise. Nurses rushed past. Machines beeped. Families waited with worried faces. Emma ran inside, her heels clicking on the floor. Her hair was messy. Her hands shook. Daniel followed close behind, holding Lily's small backpack. Where is my daughter? Emma cried to the nurse at the counter. They brought her here. Her name is Lily. The nurse checked the file. She's in room 207, the nurse said. She had a small head injury. She is awake but very scared. Another woman brought her in. That woman is also under observation. Another woman? Daniel asked. Who? The nanny, the nurse said. Her name is Grace. Emma felt her chest tighten. Grace. They ran to room 207. Through the small glass window, Emma saw Lily on the bed crying. She had a small bandage on her forehead. Tubes and wires were attached to her hand. On the chair next to the bed, Grace sat with a bandage on her arm and scratches on her face. She looked tired, pale, and in pain. But her hand was on Lily's hair, gently stroking it. Lily clung to her like a baby. Emma pushed the door open. Lily! Emma cried, rushing to the bed. But Lily turned her face away. Go away, Lily sobbed. I don't want you. I want Grace. Emma stopped. Those words cut deeper than any knife. Baby, it's Mom, she said, voice breaking. I'm here. Lily shook her head. You shouted at her, Lily said through tears. You called her a thief. You are the reason she left. If she was not there today, the bike would have hit me. I almost died, Mom. Emma stared at her daughter, then slowly turned to look at Grace. Is this true? Daniel asked softly. What happened? Grace lowered her eyes. I was walking near the bus stop, she said quietly. I heard someone call my name. It was Lily. She ran towards me while the driver was paying at a shop. I saw a fast motorbike coming. I pushed her aside. The bike hit my arm instead and we both fell. The bandage on her arm was thick. Her hand trembled slightly. Emma felt dizzy. She remembered calling Grace a thief. In front of the staff. In front of her child. Yet, this same woman had thrown herself in front of a moving bike to save her daughter. Who was truly rich now? Emma, or the woman with nothing but a big heart? The doctor walked in. Mrs. Daniel? He asked. Yes. Emma whispered. Your daughter is stable, he said. But she is emotionally very disturbed. She keeps crying and calling only one name. He glanced at Grace. Grace. He continued. She needs calm, love and trust. Right now her heart believes she is safe only with this woman. If she is forced away, the stress can be very bad for her recovery. He looked at Emma seriously. I suggest you listen to your child. The doctor left. The room was silent. Only the soft sound of Lily's sniffles and the beeping machine. Emma walked slowly to Grace. The woman she threw out. The woman she insulted. The woman she never respected. Now, in this white hospital room, the power had changed. Emma, the rich woman, stood in front of Grace, the poor nanny, and her eyes filled with tears. Emma started, voice shaking. I don't even know how to say this. She looked at the floor. Then, slowly, in front of her husband, the nurses and her own child, Emma did something she had never done to a maid in her life. She bent down on her knees. Grace, she whispered, I am sorry. I am so sorry. Grace gasped. Madam, please get up, she said, trying to move. Emma shook her head. No. I need to be here, she said. Tears rolled down her cheeks. I called you a thief without proof. I shouted at you like you were not human. I judged you because you are poor. I did not listen. And still, you saved my child. She took a deep breath. I don't deserve your forgiveness, Emma said. But I am begging you. Please forgive me. Please don't hate me. Please, don't leave my daughter. She needs you. Lily watched, eyes wide. Mom, she whispered. She had never seen her mother like this. Grace's own eyes filled with tears. I am not angry at the children, Grace said softly. I love them. I never wanted your bracelet. I only wanted to work and send money to my daughter. When you called me a thief, it broke my heart. Not because of the job, but because you thought I was that kind of person. Her voice trembled. But when I saw Lily on the road, I forgot everything. In that moment, she was not your child or mine. She was just a little girl in danger. I did what any mother would do. Daniel stepped closer. Grace, he said gently. If you agree, we will pay for your treatment, clear your rent, and give you triple salary. We will also transfer money for your daughter's school. You will have a written apology from us. And we will even sign a letter saying we wrongfully accused you, so no one can use our words against you. He glanced at Emma. And I will make sure we never talk to any staff like that again. Emma nodded quickly, tears falling. Yes, she said. Yes, please. Let us fix what we broke. Grace looked at Lily. Lily's small hand reached out. Please don't leave me again, Lily whispered. I'm sorry, Grace. It's all my fault. Grace smiled sadly. It's not your fault, my love, she said. You are just a child. Adults should have listened better. She looked at Emma. I forgive you, she said quietly. But I will not come back as someone you can shout at any time. If I return, it must be with respect. I am poor, but I am not less human than you. Emma's shoulders shook. You are right, Emma said. You are so right. From today, no one in my house will be treated like they are less. Not by me. Not by anyone. Weeks later, the house felt different. The same white sofas. The same shining floor. But something had changed inside the walls. In the kitchen, Emma helped arrange the table. Grace, is there enough juice for everyone? She asked kindly. Yes, madam, Grace answered. And the kids' lunch is ready. Emma smiled. Thank you, she said. And, if you ever need anything. School fees. Help for your mother. Please tell me. Not as a boss. As a friend. Grace smiled back politely. Thank you, madam, she said. That means a lot. Lily ran in, laughing. Grace. Mom. She shouted. Look, I drew our family. She held up a drawing. There was Dad, Mom, Lily, and Grace, standing with them, holding their hands. Emma looked at the picture and felt her eyes grow wet. She had almost lost this happiness because of her pride. She put her arm around Grace's shoulder for a second. Family, Emma said softly, is not only blood. It's also the people who love and protect us, even when we don't deserve it. Grace looked down, shy but touched. Outside the house, the driver watched and smiled. He whispered to himself, this is real change. This is karma. Sometimes, the real theft is not of money or jewelry. It is when we steal someone's dignity with our words. Never call someone a thief without proof. You might break a heart that is more honest and more brave than yours. Have you ever seen someone insult a poor worker like this? Next time, speak up. Because one small truth can save someone's whole life.